Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Friday. I hope you guys all had a great week. Mine was definitely stressful, but it came with a lot of surprises, especially the news that came yesterday and that I posted on the channel this morning. If you care at all, I did a gender reveal for my baby coming this November. It's cool if you don't want to watch it, but for those of you that are curious, I did a Star Wars themed gender reveal. I think it's pretty cool. Thank you guys for all the congratulations and well wishes and things. You guys are the best. In this video, we're talking all DC news. I'm really excited. It's going to be more of a laid back issue. There's a lot of stuff we're going to touch on, so I'm going to kind of breeze through it. Kind of a more relaxed video for today. I'm sipping on my Guinness here. Jason Momoa would be proud, but let's get into it because we're talking about the Batman. We're talking about a little bit of Suicide Squad. James Wan gives us an update on the Trench, and we are talking about some Snyder Cut stuff. Has to do with Cyborg and Green Lantern. So again, a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, let's get into the Batman, and in particular, we're talking about the potential music composer, Michael Giacchino. Now, Michael Giacchino went onto his Instagram account and posted this picture right here without a caption, no, not really any context to work with right here. It's taken in Dublin, Ireland, and as you can see, it's a building with a statue of Batman perched on the side of a ledge. It doesn't look like it belongs there, so I don't know where exactly this is at, and maybe by the time you guys watch this, you guys got more news, so definitely comment down below if you do get more news. But shoot, I guess Michael Giacchino is a composer that has worked with Matt Reeves a ton in the past, I think on all of his projects, and this may be our potential composer for the score of the Batman. And if you guys have followed this channel and particularly my videos, I always talk about the score being incredibly important in superhero movies because it really helps to for you to internalize and really connect with the character, right? So if you think about, if you were maybe born in the 70s or 80s, maybe when you think about Superman, you hear that John Williams theme. That's the automatic thing you think of. Maybe if you were born a little later and Man of Steel was your Superman movie, maybe that awesome Hans Zimmer score is what you think of. I think of kind of both. I liked both. Or the Batman. If you were born, if you watched the Batman, grew up with the Batman in the 80s, 90s, you probably think of the Danny Elfman score for the Batman. So yes, lots of examples to go by, but Michael Giacchino, definitely a well-accomplished music composer. He's worked on a ton of projects, definitely seasoned. He's even won some awards. He won an Academy Award for Best Original Score for Up. Up was a great animated movie. You guys definitely need to check it out if you haven't. He did Ratatouille. He's been nominated for Ratatouille. And let me just list some other stuff that he was nominated for: The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Star Trek, Up, Coco, and then other movies. He's worked on, again, his resume is extensive, but some of the stuff he's worked on that is notable to me, outside of the ones I just mentioned, is so Mission Impossible 3, of course, Cloverfield, Star Trek, Super 8, John Carter. I actually liked John Carter. Again, Star Trek Into Darkness, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Jupiter Ascending, Jurassic World. Actually, Jurassic World, he was supposed to work with Colin Trevorrow until Colin Trevorrow was off of that project. Doctor Strange is one of the more notable ones. Spider-Man Homecoming, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And if you guys know about that one, he had kind of a massive task on his hand because John Williams wasn't going to compose that, and I think he did a great job for the Rogue One movie. And so he did Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and he's doing Spider-Man: Far From Home, and yeah, lots of other projects. He did incredible too. He is very seasoned. I am a fan of him. For me, seeing this resume that he's worked with, I am definitely intrigued, and I'm definitely. I think this is some good news. If it's not news, this is a good thing if this is what he's teasing us with. This picture right here, if he's telling us through this picture that he may be working with Matt Reeves on his next project, who he's worked with for all of his previous projects, I think it's a good sign. Michael Giacchino is a great composer. As you can see, he's he has some range, man. He's worked on animated movies all the way to these serious movies, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, to sci-fi movies, so I think he has range. I'm really intrigued on whether he's going to continue the Hans Zimmer Batman theme, or is he going to riff off of the Danny Elfman 1989 theme? I have nothing against the Danny Elfman 1989 theme, but if you watch my videos back from Justice League, you know I would like them to use the Hans Zimmer score, just because it differentiates these universes. But hey, I would actually, given all of the drama surrounding all this, I would be okay with them doing a whole new score for this Batman movie. Maybe combining bits and pieces of both to kind of merge the two fan bases, maybe, you know. So I would be okay with that. But ultimately, for me, you guys know I'm a big fan of superhero scores in particular, but in general, movie scores. I love movies. I want to know if it's gonna pass my superhero. Is he gonna compose something that's gonna be on my superhero playlist? Because I definitely have an extensive playlist. If you guys have seen the videos where I talked about it, I'm in charge of a superhero 5K, 10K race that raises money for Parkinson's, and I do it once a year. And everyone loves the playlist that I mix together, and if it passes that test, if it's something that I'm able to put on there and people at the race get excited for, that's what I'm looking for here. Something memorable, something that will latch your memory and your whenever you think of the character of Batman, you think of that theme. That's how iconic it has to be, because it's such an iconic character. So let me know what you guys think about Michael Giacchino, him potentially teasing us with this image. So I know it was kind of long, but I am very passionate about that. So next up, Josh Gad. So Josh Gad, rumored for like a whole year now. It's been at least a year since people have been speculating that he was going to play the Penguin. And it looks like that may not be the case, because he went on to clarify finally. He made some comments about it. So here's what Josh Gad had to say in regards to this. Okay, seeing as I keep getting this question, as much as I have loved torturing you all with teasing you about the Penguin, I feel like it's time to tell you. I'm not actually playing this character, but I thoroughly enjoyed the fan art and the love. So there you go. From his mouth himself, from his lips himself, however you want to mention, however you want to say that, he says that he's not going to be the Penguin, and my reaction is I'm okay with that. While I thought I would have taken it if it happened, because I'm going to trust Matt Reeves and what the vision he wants to bring out. And if he chose him, fine, I'm okay with it. But I'm kind of glad he didn't, because some of you guys, again, I did a few videos ago where you guys threw out some of your casting choices for the Penguin. And I gotta say, there were some awesome casting choices. I will try to link the video up here if I can find it, but check out that video, because I go into detail about some of the stuff, the comments. It was one of the reading the comments videos where you guys offered, or one guy in particular, I forgot your name on top of my head. I know you comment frequently, so thank you for that, because the one thing that I forgot to think about it was, man, Andy Serkis. I really want to see that. I think that would be awesome. Andy Serkis as the Penguin, but again, I'm not gonna outrage if I don't get the casting that I want. But yeah, so no Josh Gad for the Penguin. I'm okay with that. We'll probably get some casting news soon. So I'm pretty happy with this. Again, if you guys had any new ideas that we haven't heard of for potentially the Penguin, let us know in the comments down below. Are you kind of sad that Josh Gad's not going to be doing it? I know he was on some of your lists because I read some of the comments in our videos. But are you okay with this? Who are your alternatives? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, let's move on. We're off the Batman topics now, and we are talking about the Suicide Squad. And Kevin Smith actually knows who the villain is, and he's saying it's phenomenal. So Kevin Smith got some insider information about who the villain is, and he made some comments on his latest episode of Fat Man Beyond, his own YouTube channel. And Kevin Smith, again, he's a legend in this community, and here's what he had to say. He says this to the audience: does anybody know who the villain is for the Suicide Squad? All right, I do, and I just can't say it then because I thought everybody knew what I was about to say. And I was about to say, I might have heard that privately. I'm not going to spill it, but if it's what I heard, it's effing phenomenal. And boy, is it in the right hands with James Gunn. So again, he says it's phenomenal, man. And again, Kevin Smith, though, he's the type of guy, I feel like I'm a little bit like him, where I find something to like in a lot of movies. So even if I didn't like the movie overall, there's going to be bits and pieces that I like from them. And Kevin Smith, man, he's all enthusiasm. So, Kevin Smith sees the good in a lot of things, so I'm going to go ahead and trust him and say he's phenomenal, especially because I'm not the biggest Suicide Squad aficionado. So those of you guys who've been reading Suicide Squad for years, if you guys got a guess of who the villain might be, or even if you're not a Suicide Squad reader and you're just a big DC fan in general, who do you guys think the villain is for this movie? Because I really have no idea, because Amanda Waller and Enchantress was kind of the big bad of the last one, and they missed out on not making the Joker the big bad. So who do you think this could be for this movie? I'm curious to know what you guys think, but apparently it's fantastic. And James Gunn, you guys know I'm a fan of James Gunn. You guys, I've said what I had to say about his past and his comments on that and his apologies for that. So let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to the next one. So we all know that James Wan is working on a kind of Aquaman spin-off movie in regards to the Trench, and he gave us some comments about it. So here's his comments after he was doing an interview with comicbook.com. He couldn't go into a lot of details, so here's what he said. We're still deep in sort of crafting the script, crafting the story right now, so I don't want to get into that too much, but definitely it's one that I really want to lean into the horror of it. So it's going to play more as a monster horror movie than it will as a superhero film, but it's definitely part of the Aquaman world. So there is his comments on that, and what do I think of that? I think I wish James Wan's talents could go right into making and developing another part of the DC universe that that would explore another major character instead of a Trench kind of, a monster. I thought it was done perfectly in the movie. I loved that aspect of the Aquaman movie. It would have been cool to see more of it for sure, but in a context without Aquaman, I don't know how they're gonna work it. But hey, that's why he's the artist. That's why he's the director. Until we get some pitch about it, or some footage, or storyboards or whatever, I can't really judge. But it's gonna lean to horror, and definitely horror is in his wheelhouse. So definitely whatever James Wan touches, I'm intrigued by. So what do you guys think about this whole Trench story? Again, not a lot of details, but we got an update on it. So moving on, let's move on to Snyder Cut discussion. I know there's a lot of Snyder Cut fans in here, and we've all been treated to a few things lately. We were treated to the image of Darkseid. Then we got Ray Porter giving us a little tease of the Darkseid voice. And some people weren't as enthusiastic as I was. Darren wasn't, for sure. I thought, in that clip, he gave us a little tease, and he didn't even get to fully get into the character or voice yet. And again, it's also him without any, voice adjustments, in post. So again, that little tease that he got into when he says release and that's all we got. So I didn't even think he had a lot of time to get into the character. So it was promising for me. I was excited. A lot of people were speculating that it was him in the trailer where he says no lanterns, no Kryptonians, or something like that. I'm not sure. So basically, two things to talk about in regards to the Snyder Cut. First, as we all know, Cyborg, his original role. I just thought we'd talk about this already. We've covered it already. Cyborg's major role was cut out. Snyder said Cyborg was the heart of the movie, and it was drastically reduced and altered for Joss Whedon's theatrical cut. And again, I blame the higher ups, not necessarily Joss Whedon, because he was hired on to do a job. So I don't necessarily blame Joss Whedon. Again, maybe there's more to the story, maybe there isn't. But apparently this was a Cyborg origin movie, and it got completely cut out, as we saw from the movie. A lot of stuff we didn't see. We didn't see the football scene. We didn't see his mother. We didn't see his dad die. Actually, they changed that and retconned it, and his dad was alive in the end of the movie. So it definitely showed us, the deviation that Warner Brothers was taking, because Cyborg was isolated from humanity, and you could see that in the beginning of the movie, and they didn't really run with that too much. It's just really sad. I'm hoping that we do get to see, Ray Fisher, in some regards, or in some way play a part in this universe. I don't anticipate they're going to make a Cyborg movie. That's just me. I don't think they are going in the direction they are. He's like the only guy who could defeat Steppenwolf, especially in that last scene. So, and it also says that Silas Stone originally had the closing monologue and not Lois Lane. I was okay with what they did at the end, but man, a lot of stuff they cut out. But moving on from the Cyborg topic, how it connects is that image that Zack Snyder posted and revealed the other day had one of them, outside of the Dark Side one, was image of Cyborg looking at his family, and the mother boxes were clearly messing with his mind, trying to make sure he doesn't disrupt the unity. So someone comments on Zack Snyder's post with Cyborg's picture and says, "Is that an apocalyptic ship in the background?" And Zack Snyder responds, #Green Lantern. Green Lantern. We were gonna get the Green Lanterns in this movie. There was a Green Lantern ship, it's just absolutely nuts. Now, Warner Brothers is supposedly developing a Green Lantern Corps film with Jeff Johns on board as a writer and producer, but we don't really got any news from that so far. I'm hoping they are still doing that, but we were gonna get Green Lanterns in this movie, and I did a video reporting on what Kevin Smith has heard about the movie, and this all matches up. Kevin Smith, I did a video maybe a month or so back where Kevin Smith heard all the details from people who worked on Justice League. And the Green Lanterns were going to show up at the end of this movie. They were going to get defeated. It was going to get taken into space by the second movie. They were going to fight Darkseid, and man, it was just this massive arc. And it's unfortunate we didn't get that. I just thought I'd let you guys know. If you didn't know, that ship in the background was a Green Lantern ship. Insane. Now, I'm going to continue to bang that drum whenever we get some news. #release the Snyder Cut. Let me know what you guys think about this. It's disappointing for sure, but it's exciting because, we keep getting more and more information out of Zack Snyder, and it feels like eventually we'll get this. May not be a year from now, may not be 2 years from now, but I feel like eventually we'll get the Snyder Cut if we keep banging that drum. So, the bells cannot be unrung. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about all the stories in the comments down below. Please give this video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit the notification bells to be notified for all our videos. Giveaway news coming soon. I know I keep saying that, but we do have several tickets for a Comic-Con in the Bay Area to give out to you. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys later. Peace.